But
Fabulous.
first, let's get to those solar panels.
Woo!
And the solar panels atop the Fitchburg Fire Rescue West Fire Station went live yesterday morning. Madison Gas and Electric turned on the switch and connected them to the grid. The 92 kilowatt solar panels are expected to produce about 75% of the fire station's electricity needs for the next 40 years. That's crazy.
Woo!
The 267 panels will save the city about $14,000 annually and more than $1 million in the 40-year lifespan of the panels. Panels will also offset a 183,052 pounds of carbon dioxide in just 1 year. That's impressive right there.
That
among
is.
the others. So you pay a little bit more up front, but when they last and the long, better outcomes that it has, both financially and for the environment, you can't beat it.
You can't beat it. Mm-hmm. We're on the grid.
We're on the grid,
ladies and gentlemen.
I can't wait to say that here.
Yeah, I know. People might hear some installation happening around here.
Yeah, when I left last week, there was just a few panels on the City Hall. Now it's like covered.
It's covered up there.
Yeah, you can't walk up there.
They're working hard. I saw them carrying those panels up the ladder the other day. I was like, boy, howdy, those guys are working.
Be happy you work indoors.
Yep, that's what I felt like. All right, moving on to some shopping situations here. Black Friday, of course, coming up, and Cyber Monday, of course, just a few days away as well. You can check out some interesting statistics presented to you by the Fitchburg Police Department on upcoming holiday shopping season. Car shoppers, of course, are those who search for unlocked vehicles and then shop, air quotes there, the contents of the vehicle.
Punks
These shoppers,
is what it is.
they are kind of punks. These shoppers are in the market for just about anything from spare change and cigarettes to car keys, wallets, and electronics. So please help the Fitchburg Police Department prevent crime and shut down those holiday car shoppers by locking your car, removing your valuables every time you get out of there. Of course, right now, literally right now is a perfect time to go out, check, make sure your house and car is secure. So there you go. Don't make it easy. Of course, crimes of opportunity. I always talk about those. Take the things out of your vehicle. Lock it up. Don't make it easy on them.
Yeah, and it says here, when you're looking at this graphic, the retail stores, where people plan on shopping this year, retail store at 45%, other people's cars, 20%.
Yeah.
And online, 35%. So,
right.
Yeah. Stay safe out there. Lock up those valuables. Put them in the trunk. Do what you can.
Hashtag nightly lockup.
I like it. I remember that. I remember that. That's good. All right, it is the holiday week. That means we got some holiday closures to tell you about. We're going to remind you every day. That way you don't show up here and be upset.
That's right. You might see us on TV and be like, oh, they're open, but no. Indeed, we are not.
We're going to use our TV magic to hide. All right, City Hall will be closed Thursday, November 23rd and 24th. So Thursday, Friday here, we will be closed. Same with the Senior Center. They run the same schedule as us. Library will be closed at 5 o'clock p.m. on the 22nd and closed on Thursday, November 23rd, but then go back to their regular schedule after that. So keep that in mind if you're heading to the library. And I did post up the library's closure piece on our Facebook page, so you can check it out there as well if you don't want to remember me telling you here.
Fantastic. All right. Now another program coming back. We've been talking about this, kind of previewing it a ways down the road, but now it's really close. So a reminder, Navigating the Maze of Senior Housing Options is a presentation coming up. It's going to be at the Gardens, which is at 602 North Seagull Road. Do you smell someone cooking in the building right now? I can smell it. There's an aroma.
I think it's a bug that went into the light.
I think it might be.
In case you don't have your smell-o-vision on today.
Just know. So anyway, back to the story here. The Navigating the Senior Maze of Senior Housing Options is going to be presented at the Gardens, which is at 602 North Seagull Road in Madison. It's going to be November 29th at 10 a.m. It's presented by Independent Living, Inc., of course, friends of the show. They'll address many types of senior housing and the services that may or may not be available with each type. And then examples of senior housing in the greater Madison area will be described. So that will be very useful to a lot of folks out there, I'm sure. So make sure you check it out. Again, the 29th of November, 10 a.m., The Gardens, 602 North Seagull Road.
Be there, be square. All right, another meeting coming up for the Verona School District. I almost said Verona Road. Gotta stop myself
They
there.
have a lot of meetings.
It's the Verona School District, and we've told you about this one, but I want to remind you that's coming up, and it's their, the board invites you to the December 5th high school building update.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at this. Following our previous July 18th and 20th community presentations and our early September board listing sessions, we are excited to offer community a more in-depth look at the exterior renderings and design imagery of the new high school on December 5th at the High School Performing Arts Center. It'll be 6:30 to 8 p.m. The first 45 minutes will be a presentation by the architect and construction team, followed by various stations set up that community members can visit to share their specific questions. Stations will, there'll be a lot of them. I'm not going to go through them. You can hit up the website, find out more information. We'll post a link, of course, up on the Facebook page so you can read the full story and find out about those stations.
That'll be pretty cool.
It's coming up.
It is coming up. Also coming up, more school things. This is an interesting one. This is a strategic framework input session that's coming up in December here. So they say you can help chart the next phase of the strategic framework at an input session on December 19th. The strategic framework guides all the district's work to raise achievement for all students and close achievement gaps. It is our roadmap as a district and details our vision, goals, core values, strategies, and specific actions that they want to take as a district. So you can head on over here, and you can learn more, of course, at the Facebook page of the Madison Memorial High School. The next engagement session is on December 19th at James Madison Memorial High School at 6:30 p.m. Be there, be square, and help guide them. And
good
the youth.
information.
Shape the youth of America.
It's true that. All right, it is the holiday season, and it's time to talk food safety. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You got to stay safe out there.
You got to do it.
And we've got some tips from our favorite people, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. They got some holiday food safety tips for you. We'll read just a few of them, but we'll urge you to check out their website a little bit later. The first and easiest one, clean.
Got to clean.
Just clean. Wash your hands. And food contact surfaces, such as cutting boards, as often as possible. Bacteria can spread throughout the kitchen and get into cutting boards, knives, sponges, and countertops. I never feel like the countertops are clean. I like cleaning them like crazy.
Oh, you got to clean those countertops. They can be porous, Jeremy.
Separate. Do not cross-contaminate. Preston, don't let bacteria spread from one food product to another. This is especially true for raw meat, poultry, and seafood. Keep these foods and their juices
Keep them in those juices, ladies and gentlemen.
away from the ready-to-eat foods.
Yep.
This is, if you were thinking about like your food, when you're putting your food in the fridge, that's why you put your meat on the bottom shelf. So
Is that why? So it doesn't drip down?
You betcha. Keep those
The more you know.
The food-borne illnesses away. Yeah. Cook the proper temperatures. Foods are properly cooked when they are heated for a long enough time and at a high enough temperature to kill the harmful bacteria that causes food-borne illness. And last but not least, chill.
Chill it.
And it's not just chill about these tips we're giving you. It's refrigerate properly. Refrigerate foods keeps harmful bacteria from growing and multiplying. Refrigerators should be set at 40 degrees Fahrenheit and a freezer at 0 Fahrenheit.
No.
0. Check that out. And an accurate setting of your setting should be checked occasionally with a thermometer. You have a thermometer?
I do have a thermometer. Also, just don't even get me started on the danger zone, Jeremy. I could go all day.
Oh, I remember that from last year.
Oh my gosh.
The danger zone.
The danger zone. Let's just move on before I get going on that.
We'll leave you with that. Check out Facebook. We'll post up a link there so you can check out all the foodborne illness. Keep those your family members, safe and happy.
Yeah.
Or at least
Yeah.
as happy as you can.